Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Principal's Podcast. I am Mr. Hess, principal at White Mountains Regional High School. Welcome to episode 3. We got a great episode today. We're going to be talking with Humanities teacher Leslie Claridge, and we've got senior Nicole Gross coming in today as well. So a great episode today. But let's start off with some updates from the regional. What's going on here? It is March. It is cold. It's going to be white, gray, and brown for the next foreseeable future, but we're looking forward to getting some warmer weather and getting into spring. We had February break a couple weeks ago, and quiet up here at the regional. The administrators were up here. We were working on taking a look at what the spring, summer, and next year have in store for us. So we did a lot of work working on bringing back and developing our advisory program, which we're super excited to bring that back to the regional next year. And we're taking a look at what our daily bell schedule can look like next year. A lot of positives with the 4x4 semester schedule. So we're looking at redeveloping that and making that more effective for our teachers and our students. So some good work there. We've also had the opportunity for teachers to continue to work with Larry Myatt, our consultant with Educational Resource Consortium. So our teachers worked with him in the fall virtually, and they got some time this week and next week as well to continue improving the craft, continue improving what in-person and remote teaching looks like, and just overall make better experience for our students. So that's been some exciting work as well. And also our counseling department has been super busy with the students getting schedules set up for next year. You know, it's March, but we're already looking at the 2021-2022 school year. So counseling department's been working hard getting kids scheduled and getting things ready to get set up in Power School. So that's been some exciting work as well. And this is the long stretch. You know, we've got 7 weeks from now until April break. So this is kind of the time where, you know, we need to buckle down and, you know, rely on each other and look for those positive things that we can do, because it's a long stretch until we really get any other time off. So we're excited though. We're plugging away, and you know we're looking forward to spring and some more warmer weather. But that's what's going on right now at the regional. We're super excited to keep plugging along. And now I would like to bring in our first guest, Mr. Leslie Claridge, one of our humanities teachers. Welcome, Mr. Claridge.
Hello. Good to be here.
How you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
Good. Hey, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, a little bit about me. Well, I was born and raised in New Hampshire. Grew up in Durham. Graduated Oyster River. Shout out to the Bobcats. I think it's a different sports division, so that's all right. Not rivals. I went to Eckerd College, St. Petersburg, Florida. Traveled the world after that for a while, doing some volunteering and some working and living abroad. And then I came back to New Hampshire, got a pretty good job in quantitative market research that helped me to realize I didn't want to do quantitative market research. And then I got back towards working with students, and towards working with youth, which I had done through high school, through kind of volunteer programs and kind of Big Brother programs. And I got into outdoor and adventure education. So I led students on volunteer and service-based trips and adventure-based trips. Then I came back, wanted to put the backpack down, stop living out of my backpack, which is not easy. And I got a job at Portsmouth Middle School and started working in kind of traditional education and got some opportunities there and loved it. And
great. So when I reached out to teachers and asked them to sign up for the podcast, they list some of their likes. These are the likes that Mr. Claridge listed. So this is how well-rounded Mr. Claridge is. I'm looking over at my producer, Grace Nebo. And hi, Grace. Welcome. Teaching, reading, cooking, mountain biking, fitness, movies, television, and traveling. Very well-rounded.
And these are great topics. I had a hunch you would enjoy talking about all of them.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to hit on the books first because Mr. Claridge has lent me 2 books in the past 6 months or so.
I think I'm 2 for 2.
First, Ready Player One, classic.
Phenomenal.
It
So
was
good.
great. And now Ready Player Two.
I had to give you the sequel.
Yeah, it's great. Tell me a little bit about what it is about reading that you find so engaging, and do you have like a a top go-to book you've read multiple times?
Ooh, good questions. I'll be honest, disclaimer, like I was not a reader in high school. So like I empathize with kids who are like, I can't sit still and read. I was like, I couldn't either. I really didn't get into reading for pleasure until post-college, right? It's like just because I wanted to. It was always like, well, if I have homework reading, I found it hard. But since then, I don't know. It's a world where we're bombarded with screens more and more. So
Especially now.
Yeah, so to be able to kind of escape from that and take a book wherever you may be, whether you're like grabbing a coffee, having lunch, you can pause while you're out on a hike, read a couple pages while you're waiting in an office, and you can just be transported. Whether you're reading fiction or learning something new, that's been a genre that I've been really getting into more and more, is kind of nonfiction and exploring that realm. But yeah, and it's just like music. You can't say you don't like reading because there's so many genres and topics out there. You're going to be able to find something.
You'll find something. Yeah.
Right? Like you don't want to just be a one genre person either, because like there's so much good stuff out there. You got to give it a shot. So yeah, I love when I get a good recommendation and it lives up to the hype. Yeah. And that's a great way to kind of build what you think will work. And man, Ready Player One is just an easy one to lend out and get success because it's just such a fun read.
Hey, one of the things I'm excited about this year is you're teaching a leadership class, an elective this year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that class, about why you wanted to teach it, and kind of what you're hoping to do with that elective?
Yeah, absolutely. I told my students right off the bat, I am no expert in leadership, right? But I think that every single person engages in some kind of leadership activity in their daily lives, right? The conversations we have, whether it be with younger siblings, planning things with your friends, working through things with your family at your job, leading your own life, right? And vouching for yourself and making your own decisions. And I also make it very clear that there's so many different types of leaders, right? Leadership's not the loudest person in the room. People lead through all different strategies and all different approaches. And this was something that I really felt could be valuable for students to hear and analyze. It's a course where you can incorporate a lot of kind of fun activities that get students active, get them away from the Chromebook, get them reflecting and thinking about their experiences and their future and their interactions in a different way. And so I pulled some things from when I would lead students abroad, and you would make students leaders on different days when we were in locations, either on service projects or working in different spaces. And then I've pulled from all these different resources that I feel like students can get value from, right? As when they reflect on how they make other people feel and interact with them, how they advocate for themselves, how they speak and how they feel about others and the way that they are working together on a team. Like all this is stuff that they're going to take beyond White Mountains. So it felt very tangible and like something that both I would enjoy teaching, and I think that particularly for the juniors and seniors I have, that they would hopefully enjoy working on the material and engaging in it.
Yeah, no, and I love the approach that it ties in the reflection, kids reflecting on how they approach things. I think that's super important, and I love the idea. We're talking about looking at this course and expanding it in the future and tying this in with our Link Crew program and putting our Link Crew leaders, into this course as well to help further develop leadership and learn what it takes to be a leader and what leadership looks like. So super excited for this course. I think it's great. So. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. I am here with senior Nicole Gross. Nicole, how you doing?
I am really well today. It's a Friday, and I love Fridays because I know that I have to spend the weekend doing some fun things.
There you go. Hey, welcome to the Principals Podcast. You are our first student interview. I wanted to try to start strong. I've known you for 4 years, so thanks for joining us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do here at the Regional.
My name is Nicole Gross. I'm currently a senior. I played varsity soccer this year. It's my second year being captain, and I'm also a participant of the varsity softball. A little bit about the regional. I've really enjoyed the last 4 years here. It's been a great experience going to school here. I think freshman year was my funnest year. It was a great year. I think that's when I really started to figure out who I was and kind of gauging what I wanted my high school experience to be like. And I think I did a really good job of using the school and using the opportunities that were provided to me to the best of my ability.
Great. So Nicole was the link crew leader last year when we ran our program, and really kind of integral in starting the program. So, you know, Nicole's freshman year, she was a front office intern, and she said to me one day, we need a way to bring the class together a little bit more. We need a way to bring the school together a little more. So I told her to look into link crew. And how did things go from there? What did we end up doing over the past 3 years?
So freshman year I definitely saw that there was a problem, and it was more, I think, conspiring of the transition from our 8th grade year to our 9th grade year. We weren't connected, we weren't really bonded with the school, and I think there could have been a better way to do that. And so I just took off running with the link crew idea. And it definitely was a process. We didn't get started doing the actual program until my beginning of my junior year, before the pandemic, of course.
Before the pandemic.
But it was I think the overall experience was really, it's like really wowing to see. I think doing the behind the scene work and seeing it all come to life was really important to me, and I really enjoyed working with admin and then working with the students and working with the link crew leader. The whole process of it was really enjoying.
Yeah, you know, and through that we really looked at the idea of being a leader and mentoring and that sort of thing. And speaking of that, we were talking with Mr. Claridge a little bit earlier about his leadership class. And I know that you're a member of that leadership class. So why did you want to take it? What do you think of it? What are you hoping to get out of it?
Immediately when I just saw the class on Power School, I was like, wow, this is calling my name. So I signed up for it, looking for some more experience to gain some more leadership skills, just discover more about myself that will be helpful beyond the high school years. And I think that's really what I've gotten out of it so far. It's been a really helpful class, and it's really engaging. We get to talk with, and we see different aspects of leadership. It's not just the captains or the principals of the world. It's more of like real life scenarios or your leadership styles. It varies, and it's really engaging and interesting.
That's great. That's great. So as a senior, you're probably asked a million times, you know, what's coming next? What's next year? I'm going to avoid that. It's a pandemic. Let's talk about something more important. Dinner this weekend, food. What do you like to eat, Nicole Gross?
Honestly, I'm not picky at all. I think the one food that I don't like to eat is mushrooms. But anything else, I am so open to trying. And that's why I kind of had a conversation with Chef Holland, our culinary teacher. He asked me like what foods I really didn't like, and I don't really have a lot. I'm super open to trying new things, like that McDonald's sandwich. New McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. So good. 10 out of 10, recommend to anyone.
There you go. Still looking for sponsorships. McDonald's, great classic chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Very good.
Yep, McLoving everything on the McDonald's menu.
There you go. Outside of school, when you're not here at the regional, what do you like to do?
That's a hard one. I like to spend time with my family, like on the weekends, and I like to get outside a lot. A lot of people ask me what I like to do, and I always want to say watch TV or something, but I don't watch a lot of TV. Sunday nights I do watch Netflix, which is a very nice time. Designated Survivor, highly recommend. Also 10 out of 10. I would definitely watch that if you're in the mood for something interesting.
5 episodes. I couldn't keep going. He just has a bad day every day.
I know that, but he gets through it.
Yeah.
He gets through it, and there's always something to kind of leave you on edge.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that.
Good. Well, anything you want to leave us with? Anything you want to tell our listeners about what's going on at the regional right now? What you're looking forward to?
It's definitely an interesting time at the regional, but we always seem to get through these times, and I think as a community and as a school, we'll get through it and we'll make the best out of any situation.
Nicole was, again, a big part of the winter carnival activities we did before break, and she got out there cross-country skiing for the first time. So
never cross-country skied, but what a time to shine and try it.
Always up to try to have fun and to have other people around her have fun as well. So we're lucky to have her part of our student body up here, and so I want to thank you, Nicole, for joining us today. And I think when we come back, we may have one more check-in with Mr. Claridge. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Our final segment of the day, new segment, we're going to try it out. We're called Spartan Uncut. We've got our two guests back in, Mr. Claridge and Nicole Gross, and we're just going to chat a little bit more. So what's going on? What do you guys want to talk about?
We're back. We're ready to talk about anything. The first topic that we could obviously start with is
McDonald.
fried chicken sandwiches.
Yes.
I mean, that's the buzz right now.
Fried chicken sandwich.
Mr. Claridge, have you had the fried chicken sandwich yet?
McDonald's, no. Burger King, yes.
Ooh, Burger King? No.
Their original fried chicken sandwich is very good at Burger King. The long one. It's the long one. Mayonnaise, lettuce, sesame seed bun.
Look, they
Very
took that
good.
one, they revamped it.
Okay, but topic now, McDonald's or Burger King? If you have to choose one, which one are you going with?
I'm flame broiled all the way.
I usually go to McDonald's. My daughter calls it Old McDonald's. She's a big fan, so we go to McDonald's on Daddy-Daughter days. She gets her Happy Meal, so that's always good.
Are the toys still good?
No, right
No,
now they're
no,
running Pokemon cards.
Not good.
So she
Not
is
good.
disappointed every time
Not
I bring
happy.
her.
No,
Yes.
she's not good.
No.
I remember I used to kind of like shout out the window when I was younger if I could have an extra toy, right?
I have to keep the window up or she demands toys.
Try to be like extra cute because like you used to want to collect all of them.
Okay, so on that note, I actually have this carpool karaoke microphone that I use in my car. So mistakenly, I have given a child a carpool karaoke microphone and left my window rolled down, so they were shouting at the McDonald's person to give them extra toys.
Do I know that child?
Oh my gosh.
May or may not be Isla.
Okay. The other great thing about Nicole Gross, other than being a star student here at the regional, also a really go-to babysitter for the Hess family. So I really appreciate that.
Babysitting 101. I did take a course on babysitting once. It was very effective.
That's awesome.
It shows.
Great
It
job in
shows.
high school. Great job in general, just to make the extra buck.
Yeah, for sure.
You could be like an au pair overseas. Now we're talking.
A family brings you on vacation with them so you can watch the child.
I mean,
Yeah.
these things exist. These things happen. What's your go-to movie when babysitting? Like what movie is hitting all the right spots?
Kid goes to sleep. You've got full run of Netflix or Amazon Prime.
I meant for the kid, but
Okay, so I did watch Wonder Woman the other night. It's the new one. So good.
Chris Pine, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I kind
Gal
of was,
Gadot,
yes,
she's
I was
fantastic.
kind of fangirling because she's a savage. Very
I've
savage.
never seen it.
I didn't either until now. So good. And I usually don't really watch movies like that, but then now I'm hooked. So
Hooked.
good. But then we also were talking about an amazing classic. Remember the Titans?
Best soundtrack.
Ever.
Best soundtrack.
So
Great
good.
film.
I
had
would watch that movie
soundtrack
any
on
day.
CD
Yeah.
back in the day. Played it in my mom's van, you know what I mean? Going to and from practice, getting all amped up.
Yeah, that's a movie I could never, I would watch it every day. I would never get old of that movie. That's
Great.
so good.
It's a good movie. Great lessons.
For
You
sure.
know? You gotta like that.
What's your go-to movie?
Oh gosh, I'm
Something that never gets old.
a huge fan of Die Hard. It's for me.
The
It is
ultimate Christmas
it is a
movie.
Christmas movie. It happens at a Christmas party. I watch it while I wrap presents every year. It's just a classic Bruce Willis.
Just a
shoot 'em up, bang
heartwarming,
'em
feel
up.
good.
It's great. It's great.
Gets in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
On to wrapping gifts, I think that it's so satisfying to me.
To wrap gifts.
Yeah. I think that a job, along with being a professional lift-up coordinator, if anyone needs one, I am available. I could be really good at that. Anyone, just let me know. But also a professional gift wrapper.
I could be a professional gift opener.
Yeah.
Way too clumsy to wrap gifts. They always turn out terrible.
It's tough to find a college that would have all of the things you really love.
I know.
Lift up
No.
coordinating,
Link crew,
gift wrapper.
McDonald's, extravagant.
Yeah, we gotta find that.
I do think there is a world for like professional gift wrapping, because when you get one from someone who's good at it, you're like kind of like, it's a piece of art.
Do you
almost don't want to open
do you
the
make
gift.
your own ribbons where you like take the scissors
Oh,
and
yeah.
you make them curly? That's like next level.
Haley and I did that.
Next
It was
level.
nice. It was good.
I remember my mom thought about trying to like figure out a way to do that when like the gig economy started with like, you know, Lyft and getting groceries delivered. It's like around the holidays, like, could you get paid to wrap people's gifts for them? You know, I don't know.
Like an app, like come to my house, I've got 7 gifts.
Right.
And they,
Or you just go down, you stand on the corner in like New York City.
What would you
just
call
like
it?
wrap people like.
what would you call your app?
The app? I think it would have to be like, it's like a food truck. You just give them the gifts, they wrap it, and you hand it back.
Wrap for me? Wrap for me?
Sir Wraps a lot.
I rap for you? I mean, the possibilities are endless at this point. I think we're onto something though.
Buffalo chicken wrap.
Great.
Because you also serve buffalo chicken.
So ranch or
While they wait.
ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, ranch, 100%. I don't think I've ever tried blue cheese in my life.
I'm not a blue
What?
cheese guy.
Not good. But goat cheese?
You can't say it's not good when you haven't
like
tried
No,
it.
no, I have. I don't.
Have you tried the viral TikTok recipe with the feta cheese and the tomatoes and the pasta?
Yes, I make it probably every week.
It's delicious.
It is so
You did it.
good. I
It's
make it all the
delicious.
time.
Oh, it's
I
very
probably made it the last 6 weeks. On Tuesdays.
no
my,
way.
my mom and I make it on Tuesdays.
I've added bacon. You cook the bacon first, mix it in afterwards.
I like that.
The next up, spinach. We're gonna add a little spinach to it.
Make it healthy.
Extra basil. I love basil.
Fresh
Add an
basil.
extra basil.
Fresh basil.
Fresh basil, yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Spinach. But then I also saw a recipe. Instead of the feta, you use boursin cheese. It's like a garlic and herb kind of cream cheese. It's good. Very creamy. Extra. You have to add more tomatoes that time.
Very good.
Do you think TikTok is helping people cook more?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like that's one of like the primary things that it's kind of
Yeah.
gotten legs on. Like it all started as like imitating dances and stuff. Now people are like becoming
It's like
chefs.
it's evolving, and it's like keto recipes, healthy recipes, like if different workouts if you want to do. Like people will demonstrate and like guide you through this process.
I checked with my producer, Ms. Kneebone. Did Mr. Klein sign up to do the podcast? His daughter has a TikTok where she cooks food from around the world, like, and she has a ton of followers.
She's doing really well,
Yeah.
making delicious food.
We gotta get Mr. Klein and see if we can get his daughter. I think she's a senior at St. J, junior at St. J, but we gotta see if we can get them. Let's
That'd
see
be
if we
very
can
cool.
book them. We'll call our people. Will call their people. It'll be great. It'll be great. So, well, hey, Spartan Uncut, great segment here. I appreciate you guys coming in. We got to wrap up here as we get close to lunch. So, thanks for your time, everybody. I appreciate it. We had fun.
Speaking of food, let's eat.
Yeah, and then before we go, hey, up next, episode 4, we'll have in a couple weeks. We're gonna have Miss Scarinza for our teacher interview, and it looks like Abby McCusker is gonna join us, a sophomore here at the regional. So shout out, thank you to my producer Grace Kneebone, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sparta. Thank you, everybody.